at what age do you feel like men hit their like peak?
I'm gonna say 44 or 45.
Yeah, you think so?
Heck yeah! I feel like we haven't even hit our prime yet.
The passing away of my father was like the rebirth of being a man, I think, for me.
What maybe the audience doesn't know is that they're cousins, all right? So they're actually like they were raised together in a sense.
Listen, I don't even know this guy. This guy's Dominican, all right?
I know that.
Would you be able to date someone from a different religion?
But I think when it comes to like a girl, it's tough, man.
Yo, if you have a girl, right, and if she asks to share your location to her, will you guys be okay with that? Or you'll be like, I don't know. What you think about that? About sharing locations?
We interrupt this program to bring you an important announcement. Coming to a YouTube channel near you.
Yo, what's going on, man? I don't even know if it's recording.
Yeah, it's recording.
All right, just kidding. Anyways, man, what's going on, everybody? This is your boy, Lo Alejandro. We're here with Laveau, Alex Laveau, and we're Ricardo. Listen, man, it's been a while that we did this, but we're back. We are back in action. You know, we just wanted to thank all of our, investors and people here to support us. Not just kidding, but everyone that support us, that have been asking when you guys gonna do another podcast. We just trying to make this happen, and we're trying to
quality. We're trying to make it happen with quality.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? Because we could just throw a podcast together anywhere at Starbucks, but this is quality, baby. Look at the backdrop.
Exactly.
Come on, man.
So, Rick, tell me a little bit, man. What's going on with you, man?
Not much, bro. There's not really much to complain about, at least. I tell you that much, bro. And I could complain. Yeah. You know what I mean? I got a lot going on. But truth be told, I'm just excited to be here doing this podcast because we haven't done this in a long time, bro.
It's been a minute.
And this is my therapy sessions, bro. You know, I get it all out this way. You know?
Exactly. And then we got Alex Laveau back all the way from
Florida.
Naples, the rich town?
Yeah, Naples, yeah.
Tampa?
Yeah, Tampa. Yeah, I'm in Tampa now.
Tampa? All right, man, that's what's up, man. And we back, man. We're missing one guy that he's right now probably somewhere detoxing, but he'll be back. He'll be back. He's like the samurai that when they get like hurt or whatever, they're like in recovery mode. Samurai movie.
He's definitely in recovery mode right now.
But he'll be back. You know who you are. Nah.
Yo, so let me ask you a question. This is kind of pertaining to like what you were talking about. Like at what age do you feel like men hit their like peak? Like they're like their prime.
The alpha macho.
Yeah, like in all aspects. Like maybe physically, but also financially, taking care of the family. Like on all levels.
I'm gonna say 44 or 45.
Yeah, you think so?
Heck yeah! I feel like we haven't even hit our prime yet.
Okay.
I feel like there's so much time. I feel like men. I think actually there's a statistic that says like men hit the peak of like their financial achievements like 42.
What about physically though?
Physically, I don't know.
In their 40s?
Nah, no. That's our late 20s.
So
probably
I mean like everything. Like
in total?
Yeah, average.
So like as a whole?
Yeah,
everything?
Emotionally, mentally, spiritually, like everything, like average. Like when's like the prime man? Like what age range?
Yo, I'm still I don't know. Lou, I think Lou, because Lou is in a different age range than us.
So that's a good question.
But I do still think in my 40s. I think 40. I still 42. I'm a solid 42 for me.
Okay. All right. Dang, that's all right. I would think you hit your prime with a prime as far as
everything, top of the top. On average, like,
bro,
obviously,
mentally, emotionally, physically, financially.
Everyone's different, but I mean, like, on average, like, what do you think?
I would have to say 40. Yeah. I would say 40 because, 40, I don't know if it's a Bible thing, but I know I heard that 40 years equals one generation.
Okay.
There's a number of one generation. If you think about, like the story of Moses and,
right.
a generation is 40 years. You know, so I don't know. I feel like when you get to the 40, when you're almost 40, not everybody, but just when you get to that 40, you, already mentally, I feel like, you know, hopefully you're coming into this sound mind of understanding, hopefully, you know, your purpose, you know. You know, your purpose. What is it that
super important?
You know, what is it that, yeah, of course it makes you happy, it makes you calm, but more, I guess, what's your purpose? Because I think sometimes when we don't have purpose, I feel like we are constantly searching.
Yeah.
And I think it's okay to have a purpose and continue to search. But I think 40, that's
solid number, bro.
You know, and then physically, you know, you're still strong. You know, you still.
I don't think a 22-year-old can whip my ass at 40. You feel me?
Yeah,
I feel like at 40, I still got that grown man strength.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I got the wisdom to know I could duck. You know, I don't know.
You've been through enough, yeah.
Yeah. You could take a punch.
Yeah.
You feel me? At that age, you could take a hit. What do you think? What's your age? So what would you?
I think you're right. I think like 35 to 40 is like a good range. I feel like when you hit 35, I don't know, I'm not 35 yet, but I feel like when you hit 35, you're figuring it out. Like, okay, I need to like work on this, and this.
Yeah.
And by the time you're 40, you're like already like it's already like in the works. Like you're already kind of, you know what I'm saying?
Right, of course. Yeah.
I think so. Because I feel like 20s, you're all testosterone.
Yep.
You're just doing the most. You're doing
young,
everything.
Dumb and full of cum.
Yeah, I feel like when you turn 30, that's when you start to take life serious a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're like 30 to 33, you still think you're like 28.
Yeah.
Like you lying, you be like, yo, I'm 28 forever. You know?
That's me right now, bro.
And then when you hit like 35, you're like, okay, now I'm 30.
Yeah.
So that's what I think.
That's fair. I think one thing that Lou did say, though, is important. I think every man in their journey finds themselves in this place. And it's the purpose part. Yo, if you don't know your purpose, I think what you said, then they're not becoming a man. I feel like when you find your purpose, that's when you start walking in your manhood. You know what I mean? When you find exactly what you enjoy doing, what you like doing, then if not, then there's this like level of immaturity still in you. Like you're still a kid.
Right,
still
of course.
finding yourself doing kid things. You know what I mean?
Yo, so that reminds me so I was having a convo with my dad the other day, and this was like a few years ago. This was like probably like 6-7 years ago. One of my cousins on my mom's side, right now he has like 4 kids. But at the time he had got like his girl pregnant with the second kid. And my dad asked me, he was like, yo, do you think like this was good for him? And I'm like, bro, this is the best thing that's ever happened to him, because before he had kids, he was wilding. He was doing the most.
Right.
But now he found like his purpose to like calm down, get his stuff together, and like blah, blah, you know what I'm saying? Blah, 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 blah. So I feel like, sometimes, sometimes you find your purpose, or sometimes your purpose gets thrown upon you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
That's a good point. I never, so like, for example, like today we were at work and somebody came in to like do a training, and they were like, tell me something, great that, something that you like to do. So he mentioned the podcast. Oh, I like to do podcasts. We have a podcast. And I'm like, what the hell are you saying that, man? Like,
come on, baby.
We haven't even started yet. So the guy's like, here's my business cards. Let me know when, like I love it to do an interview with you guys and blah, blah. And I'm like, well, we charge $500 for interviews. But anyways, in my mind, I was just more like, man, why you said that? Because in my mind, now we really got to do this now.
Yeah, baby.
So I guess it is true that sometimes, when you're faced with some type of pressure or certain like responsibility, it kind of just pushes you.
Yeah.
It pushes you.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I think like, I mean, I don't know if you want to talk about this now. We don't have to if you don't want to, but I feel like kind of like when your dad was going through his situation, I feel like,
this like.
Yeah, there we go. I think I just connected.
Yeah.
I feel like when your dad was going through a situation, I feel like that kind of like threw like some purpose on you guys as well, right? Do you think so? Like,
I mean, I know it did. I definitely think it for sure. I think the passing away of my father was like the rebirth of being a man. I think for me, because I felt like, there was like maybe like a mantle being passed to me of responsibility of taking care of my family. I guess more on the emotional side, more on the, just kind of more like, hey, I'm going to do with the son type of side. I didn't really realize that until maybe in the upcoming months. But it had definitely an effect. But it definitely gave me this, I guess after seeing, I guess, my family suffer, putting, just seeing problems, and it just started realizing that, what, like, my purpose is to really make sure my family's okay.
Yeah. So what's funny is like me seeing that with your family, that kind of lit the fire with me, like under my family. Like I started thinking about like, all right, let's say like, Lord forbid, knock on wood, let's say like my dad passes away. What's that gonna do to my family? Like what's that gonna do to my mom, my brothers? Like how am I gonna have to step up to the plate? Not only for like my immediate family, but also like our family, like yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because my dad's like
of course,
the Rock almost, like So I'm like, how am I gonna have to change my life? So it definitely helped me kind of just like put that in perspective. But like, what about you though? Because I know like you and your mom are like close. Like,
oh well, the problem is there's 4 boys and 1 mom, so we're all mama's boys. We didn't have the dad growing up. Before we even get into me, y'all, what maybe the audience doesn't know is that they're cousins. All right. So, so they're actually like they were raised together. In a sense.
Listen, I don't even know this guy. This guy's Dominican. All right.
I know but I know we all know they look alike. So, but that just goes deeper. So I want to know more because the truth is, I want to know this though. Lou's father passing away. What is he? Is he the first like? Of that generation of like the parent of the cousins that passed away, or is there like? You know what I mean? Like, is this like the first major passing away of a parent, or from the cousin? But to answer the question though, is this his dad the first? And is this just your perspective? You think the whole family changed in a way?
Yeah, I think we've had people in the family pass away before. Yeah. But his dad's the one that was constantly present, that was involved with the family. That was the first.
Okay. Yeah.
So I think it definitely it changed like the dynamic overall.
I think for me the first a couple of actually my grandma passing away was tough. We have a cousin who he had brain damage. That was definitely probably I would consider that probably the toughest. But my dad also was like I just felt like, it was definitely a big thing because it's like one of my cousin's fathers passing away.
Yeah,
it was one of these, like, and the whole family came, bro, which meant a lot for us, But it was just, bro, like me and my brother, I don't even think we've processed. Cause bro, imagine your dad, bro, died. Like, imagine you're like. Bro, me and my brother, bro, we were, and this is why one of our cousins was there, Jason was there, and this is why we have like this bond with him just because he was there.
Yeah.
Bro, me and my brother were at a bar, bro, chilling, and then we seen the camera, because my dad was already sleeping, and Robbie's like, yo, something's just weird about the way he's just breathing. So we were like, you know what, let's go and make sure he's okay, because we're taking care of him. And we go there, and we can see that he's breathing. But bro, it's like if he was waiting for us to get there before he said his good, before he stopped breathing.
Yeah.
We got there, bro, and maybe in like 30 minutes, and Jason's with us. Like we could see that my dad stopped breathing, bro.
Wow.
And like, just like Robbie automatically starts crying, but I'm not even crying. I'm more like, my brother's like, yo, he's not breathing no more. And then Robbie breaks out crying, and I'm just like I'm not even crying. I'm more like wow, like. It really happened, so, but then, bro, the crazy thing, the next day, bro, like, so the funeral home people, they came and they took his body, bro, and we're seeing this, bro, how, like, they grabbed his body's like stone, like, they put him in the car and they just taking off, and my mom, I was just saying, bye, Lucho, bye. Like, bro, that whole experience, bro.
I can't imagine.
Like, I don't even think me and my brother process it yet, bro, like, But now lately, because I've been having dreams with him, and I've been thinking about this, bro. And I'm like, yo, like we really like had an experience. Like my dad's passing away has been a gift in a sense. It's bittersweet, but it's a gift in a sense because I'm like, bro, like it really changes you, And I don't even think. I think 6 months passed away, and I'm still, I think now, bro, because I've been having dreams and like. You just realize, like, now, for example, I'm in this place where I'm really in this place, man, where I'm like, you know what? like, and this kind of goes to the question we asked before. Like, I really am in this place where I'm like, man, like, I'm really like, I'm like, I'm really the leader of my family. Like, really, like this thing, where I see, problems and situations, and then I see me wilding, and I'm having problems, and then I see how my actions affect everybody. That's the crazy part, bro. Like, how my actions, bro, is affecting my family members, how what I'm doing, like I'm having problems, and so it's like been a thing where I'm like, man, I reckon, so I'm so busy, like, oh, because of this fall. But then lately I just been like, yo, man, but at the end of the day, I just feel like it falls on me.
Yeah.
Because I'm the leader of my family.
Well, you're the man of the house now.
Exactly.
If
I'm not setting the example, I'm more like that. I'm not setting the example, So it's just been more of lately this month, I've been like, man, I haven't been, I've just been reflecting. I have not been happy with what I've been doing over this year, in which I really want to make changes, and this is where I'm at right now. I really feel like I understand what's my purpose, and I just want to be a guy, man, that my family can count towards, like I don't want to be one of those, man, that I don't want to influence my family in the wrong way. I want to be like an influential part, bro, like just to my niece alone, like I want her to be like, hey, man, my uncle's, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's so, yeah, man, my dad's passing really has, now I can see how it's like when I think about it, only because, bro, I've been having dreams with my dad, bro.
No, I can imagine, bro.
Like weird dreams, bro, when he's like dying, bro, and I'm there, and I'm like, Dad, don't die. Like weird, crazy dreams, like, but it's like my dad's like, I have to, saying like, yo, you're supposed to take the mantle, but you're not doing it. It's just these, and I've been telling Danielle about it. I'm like, yo, like it's been like something's going on this month internally with in me, So
what about you? Are you the oldest in your family?
No, I'm the I don't know how you put this. There's 4 of us, so I'm the third oldest or the second youngest. You know what I mean? I don't know how you want to put it. So
okay,
there's like 2 older brothers.
So you have one older.
Two
older.
2 older brothers. One 5 years older, one 1 year older.
You have one younger.
And then 1 year younger.
Okay, so this is a good question then, because you're in a different perspective than me and him. So how do you view your oldest brother? Like, what does that dynamic look like?
So for the longest period of time growing up, he was like a role model.
Mm-hmm.
He was someone I would look up to, especially when it came down to sports. Right. That would be my opportunity to play basketball when I could go with him. So he'll take me. So I would look at him like a role model. Then I got to a point where, I don't know, I guess you would say 16, 17 when you start venturing off on your own. At this point, that's just my brother. You know what I mean? Like, that's my older brother. I wouldn't go for him for anything. Like, maybe if I have problems, maybe I'll go to him. But right now, currently, I view him.
Do you view him as like the leader of the family?
No, I don't, because I feel like we all kind of like went on our way. You know what I mean? In a sense, we all kind of went on our way. Yeah, we all gather still, but I feel like at this point, my mom is still the leader.
Yeah, but what I'm asking is, this is what I'm asking pretty much. Like, this is what I'm asking. Like, if shit hits the fan, who's gonna be the one that's like, this is what we need to do?
See, but that's a great, you know why? The problem is when you grow up with 4 brothers, there's this level of competitiveness. Everyone feels like I'm going to step up. Like, you know what I mean? So I would be maybe biased in this answer by saying I'll be the one to step up to be the man of the house. Now, my brothers probably say this different,
Yeah, but right. Okay, but let me ask you this though. And if you don't want to talk about it, we don't got to get into it. But my thing is like, do you feel like that because maybe you feel like your brother never stepped up, or do you just feel like that just because you feel like that?
No, I feel like that. It's probably one, ego. Definitely ego is probably playing right now. But I feel like in all the examples I had of men, I didn't get those examples in my house.
Okay.
And so when I see these examples of men, I don't see them those examples as my brothers. Okay. And so I always feel like, I learned it this way. You guys do it this way. Then I have to step up to do.
Or the question is, when problems arise besides your mother, who's the brother that maybe like
be the go-to? I would
like
say
the emotional support.
That's the different. So I would say my oldest brother would be someone I would call on for like a physical. Like if things got physical, if things got more like on an emotional, like we need to plan this out. I'll go to my second oldest. I feel like honestly, it sounds crazy, but they're useful for different like. They're leaders in different areas.
Yeah.
You know, I would run to them for different parts. Like for sure, right now, no matter what time it is, I would call my brother Jose, and he show up quick.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I'll call your older brother too, bro. I need some physical support, bro.
Yeah, bro. Like, I need some physical support. My man's coming through. But it really is. It's difficult because we didn't grow up with the man in the house.
Yeah.
And so we kind of like had to venture off to figure out what a man is.
Gotcha.
You know?
Yeah.
Besides movies, besides the people like that we were influenced by in the streets, it was just trying to figure out what a man is.
That's
you
true.
know?
That's
and
true.
so like my brother figured it out in this area where it's physically.
Right.
And then my other brother figured it out where it's more like loyalty. Let me show my loyalty, and that's how I'm the man. Let me show him financially that I'm the man.
Yeah.
You know, we started learning how to be a man in different areas.
Okay. That's dope. Yo, but what about you though?
Yeah,
so
the
reason so just so you understand, like the reason I'm asking you is like I'm not trying to like play your family. I'm trying to ask because I'm the oldest and I got two younger brothers, so I'm trying to figure out as a younger like what do you know what I'm saying, like what you look to.
Yeah.
That's the same reason why I asked you.
Yeah.
So with me, I'm still trying to figure out like when do I let my dad be the man and when do I step up and be the man? You know what I'm saying?
I know how.
Yo,
you got to wrestle him.
No,
bro.
but listen though. Yo, but that's deep though because his father is a dominant. It's like an alpha male, bro. And I always wonder like how growing up, you know, because me and my father was more like he was older already. And he was just more like meek, more like he didn't want to, But I know his dad is more dominant. And I wonder like growing up, like, do you feel like him being this way really like helped you out a lot? Or do you feel like it kind of just hinder just things that you felt you could have maybe like understood better?
Nah. So you know what's crazy is I think I was talking to your brother about this.
Yeah.
I feel like when I was growing up, like when I was growing up, I was getting into like a lot of trouble. I was doing like a lot of stupid stuff, and my dad was very like, you know what I'm saying, like
strict? Is he strict or more?
Yeah, he was strict with me, like very like And I've always felt like if my dad wasn't there, I'd go off the ledge because you know what I'm saying, like I was scared of my dad. So I'm like, yo, if my dad wasn't there, I would have went crazy. But my dad was there. But like fast forward now, he's older, so my dad's more like
more mellow.
more super mellow. But I have a little brother. I have a baby brother.
Yeah.
Who's in that age? He's like 19.
Yeah.
So he's you know what I'm saying? He's in that mode.
Where do you step in like as big bro?
So that's the problem. That's the problem right now where I'm trying to figure out like
right. I get that.
My dad's not as dominant, but he's still dominant.
Right.
He's still like what I say goes. But there's times where I'm
Right.
like, bro, but you're not saying nothing though. Like
Right.
Like you know what I'm saying?
I think you know what's messed up. I think in your position too, because you're the tryout child.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like you were the child before they even knew how to be a parent.
Yeah.
And, and so they were just like a little more strict on you.
Yo,
and so you're like watching this little one. And you're like, yo, you don't know what it was growing up. You know?
Yeah, exactly. So me and my middle brother, we talk about that all the time. Like when we were growing up, my dad was a very like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but with the baby, he's like, oh, you know. And I think part of it is because he feels bad because he was so hard on us.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But again, like it's I'm trying to figure out like because my baby brother's like he's getting in trouble. He's like doing you know what I'm saying. He's doing.
Well, let me ask you this: as an older brother, and you, Lou, you could kind of answer this, but you can't because you only have one other brother. So, but you got more than one.
Yeah, I know about.
Where does respect for you stand? Like, is there ever like a moment where you got to play like I'm big bro card? You know what I mean? Like respect what I'm. You know what I mean?
I've done it a few times.
Yeah.
Like when he crosses the line, like when he does dumb stuff, I don't get involved. But when I feel like it's disrespect, that's when I get involved. For example, a good example when their wedding. He was like, yo, I'm going to come through and I'm going to bring my boys. And I'm like, nah,
like
bro.
an entourage.
Yeah, like his boys from the Bronx.
Yeah,
I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what are you talking about? And then he texts me. He texts me separate. He's like, bro, you don't gotta check me, bro. They already told me no. I'm like, bro, I'm gonna check you. Like, what's wrong with you?
Yo, the one that saw your brother by himself, like, yo, I'm here, man. I was, oh, shoot, he came. Oh, yo, I owe you that right there.
But what's funny is then after that, like, I told my dad what happened, and he was like, oh, you did the right thing. You did the right thing.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Yeah, no, with him, with his age, I get that. I know with my brother, I always had I've always had the issue of like, man, I don't want to like check him because that's my brother. I don't want him to view me as big brother.
Yeah.
Because like we're boys, you know what I'm saying? I don't want him to be like, you know. So I know like I know lately he's felt that way, and it hurts me because I don't want him to feel this way. You know what I'm saying? So I try to, you know, like not try to make him feel this way. You know what I'm saying? But I just think every time I check him, man, like, and I can't help but it's when I feel like my mom's hurting. You know what I'm saying? And then vice versa with him too. Like whenever, I don't know, I like me and my argue or something, and you know she cries to him, he'll call me up like, yo, what's up, man? What's going on? And you know, but I think we're okay with that. But I do feel like I do have sometimes that issue where I don't want to like be big brother and not like check him. I just be like, man, bro, like, come on, man, like save your money, bro. Like do this, man, do that, and I know he's kind of more like, man, I don't even want to tell you my stuff because you know you're giving me advice and I don't want to hear it. And in my mind, I'm like, yo, I get it. You know, I totally understand that part.
Yo, that's actually like a very that's like a very hard line to like navigate because I deal with that with my brother too. Both of my brothers.
Yeah.
They tell me stuff, and I'm like, I still want to be cool because I still want you to tell me stuff.
Yeah.
But deep down, I'm like, yo, I want to tell you, don't do that stuff. You know
right, of course.
So it's like a very like I gotta be careful, you know. So that's hard.
But let me ask this: both of you guys being older brothers and me being a younger brother. Let me give you a story too. Me and my brother, I put him in a group chat, right? Because I feel like my brother did something wrong. This is my older brother, though. And I'm little, bro.
The older, the oldest?
The oldest. And so I feel like he could have did something better, bro. And I said, all right, this is the moment. Let me put him in a group chat. You know, so a little accountability. Then put the other older brother in the group chat. And I said, yo, I felt like you should have did this and that and that and that. And then at the end of the whole text thread, he just tells me to F myself. Because he just says, yo, you know, he uses the word, he says, F yourself. I'm like, all right, I love you too, bro. And I can't, he's big bro. Now, has y'all little bros ever try to check y'all on something y'all did wrong? And did you guys react right? Or do you guys like, yeah, you're right, but F you, you're my little bro, so it doesn't matter. You know what I mean?
I mean, with me, he's checking me, and I told him, F you. But then after, maybe 2 days after, I'll be like, nah, bro, listen, my bad. You know, you're right. You know, but at that time, I can't, you know, I'll be like, yo, F you, man. Start correcting me.
Yeah,
but
yeah, my little
then
bro.
the next day, I'll be like, yo, listen, man. I'll wait till, you know, I drink a few more wines, and I'm ready to talk. I'll be like, yo, listen, if he, when I know I'm wrong, he checks me. There's been times in which I'll be like, yo, my fault. You're right. You know, like, because sometimes what I do, and he's great at pointing this out to me, and this is why I call him like an ally. Sometimes, bro, I'll do some stuff that my mom does, right? And we see it. You know, for example, if we're playing, if I do something that we're doing together, something doesn't go right, I tend to blame him. Like this, damn, bro, you know, like you should have done this, or when it's clearly not his fault. Like I blame him, and he'd be like, "See, bro, you're doing this again. You're doing what my mom does," and I know what he's talking about. And I was like, you know, when he does it, I'll be like, yo, and I'll be like, nah, like I'll maybe like argue a little bit, then I'll be like, yo, you're right, bro, my bad. Like I'm sorry. Like I've done that for sure. Like I've done that when I'm wrong. I'm like, yo, you're totally right. But if I'm like a heated, I'll be like, yo, F you, bro.
Yeah.
Then I'll wait 2 days,
little bro.
You know.
But I also think it's like how you do it too, though. Like so, I've never had that problem, but like. My brothers never put me in a group chat though. Like it was always like a one-on-one. Yeah, like yo, like maybe you shouldn't have done that.
Nah, so, you know why I put them in a group chat? I thought I was just like, yo, my brother told me already. Like he was like, nah, bro, you gotta. It depends how you do it, and you're doing it wrong. You're saying all the wrong words. But this is what I felt like was this is how I gotta write it. This is how I gotta say it. And I know my delivery could have been better, but the group chat thing was just like. All right, bro, he can't lie and say I said something different.
I just wanted to, I think it could be also different dynamics, bro, because you guys are 4 brothers, but you guys are not so far in age.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
Right. We're real close, yeah.
Like with you got 2 brothers, but one of them is real younger than you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so, yo, that's tough. Like, dealing with other 3 brothers, like...
Yeah, bro.
It's the dynamic, bro. Like, how do you deal with things? Like, if one brother does something that mom's upset about, and you have... That's not easy, bro.
No.
Yeah, nah, it's funny you say that because now I'm thinking about it. Yeah, so me and my middle brother have like a closer dynamic. Yeah. And me and my baby brother is very big brother, little brother.
Yeah,
that makes
definitely
perfect sense.
No, it's just a blessing to have brothers, yo. Yep. At the end of the day, I think Lou. One thing about Lou I can say is that he's a professional brother. I see him act with his brother. He steps up for his brother. He looks out for his brother. Even when his brother does the craziest things, he somehow like is willing to like take on like the role that maybe his brother could have helped him with. It's not crazy, not wild, but the fact is you're a great brother. He's a great brother too, but he's not here right now. We're talking about you. And that's one thing I think I connected well with you, bro.
Yeah.
It was like, we're brothers and you know how to be a friend. When you know how to be a brother, you know how to be a friend.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Bro. Okay, so let me ask y'all this then. Because both of you guys at one point in your life were men of God, right?
Yeah.
So would you be able to date someone from a different religion? Or be friends with someone from a different religion. And when I say friends, I mean,
of course.
When I say friends, though, I mean they come over to your house, they meet your kid, their kids hang out with your kids.
Yeah, without a doubt, bro. Okay. For sure. Heck yeah. It could be.
What if they're atheists?
Yeah, heck yeah. It don't matter what religion they are. If they show me love, bro.
Ooh, I want to hear this.
If they show me love, bro, if they love me for heck yeah, bro. That's without a question. And I would say this. So I have all right. So I would say this is the reason why, bro. In 10 years ago, damn near note, my darkest time, I was going through a lot of stuff, bro. I got locked up, called DUI, all this stuff, bro. My life. This is where I say my life was rock bottom, bro. I owe like a few G's and fees and stuff. The one that came to my aid, man, was a close person to me, a family member actually, who's a Muslim, legit from like the Middle East. You know what I'm saying? And the way he just came, what you need, like that touched my life, man. That right there made me realize, like, yo, man, like in my mind, I felt like this. I was like, God. In my mind, I was like, yo, so you're telling me just because you're a different religion that like what you just done for me it's not worthy of like God being like happy to you? Like that really changed my life. So because of that, I'm like, yo, heck yeah, I could be friends with any person, any religion. I even will go as far as like, if I find I'm married now, but it might be challenges, but
let's say your wife now, wife now, and she's like, listen, I'm atheist. I don't believe in God. How would you handle it? How would that happen?
I would be like, yo, listen, man, it's all good. Just keep paying the bills. You know what I mean? Let me live at home. You can be whatever you want, girl. No, but I mean, I wouldn't be mad at it. I would just be like, I might be like, but why? Maybe a little bit, but I wouldn't be like, oh, you're wrong at all. I would not say that at all. I would say, hey, listen, I respect how you feel. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, you know how I feel about God and stuff, but I respect how you feel, and I'm not judging. Because at the end of the day, I'm fighting to be safe one day, and I don't even know if I am. Like, so no, I won't judge her at all. That's just me. I won't.
See, I think when it comes to like just everyday people, we all know a nice person that's an atheist. We all know a nice person that's that does it. Yeah, different religions, all around, like different beliefs. We all know someone that's nice, but I think when it comes to like a girl, it's tough, man. You can't. Yeah. I don't know if I could. Though you're right. Lou was 100% right. Like if I found myself with a girl and then she was like questioning her journey and belief, I'm with her. But ultimately, no, you got to believe in God. You have to. You have to believe. You have to. You know why? Because there's a core beliefs that start bumping heads. Now you believe in this, and this person believes in that. This person starts doing stuff. With your child or with you or whatever the heck it is, and you're like, that's weird, all right? And I can't vibe with that. Now, again, my experience as a Christian, walking doing ministry and all that, I learned that a lot of people don't believe Jesus as much as I do. And and I believe Jesus to the point where it's like, that's where I run for all my problems, for all my answers. Now, the person that, my friend, she would have to believe that Jesus would be that same thing to her. All the answers, all your problems, you run to him. If not, she's going to end up doing some other stuff. And my experience, that turned out to be witchcraft. That turned out to be like stones. That turned out to be prayers and chants and little bottles that were spells. That's what that turned out to be. Because what happens is there's no core foundation for like peace. There's no core foundation for salvation. They think, I learned that they think they can handle their own problems. And when someone thinks they can handle their own problems, then they're going to do it in their own way. And remember, they're in their problem because they are the problem. You get what I mean? Their problem started because of them, and they think they can also bring their own solution. And that's just chaos,
So let me ask you this thing, because you said you would agree. So
I just put my chair up so I can look taller.
Great.
Nah. So let's say you are of one religion, right? Let's say you're of this, and then let's say your partner is of a different religion.
Yeah.
But let's say you guys have a kid. How do you navigate what religion, what tradition, what customs?
Honestly, man, listen. All right. So listen, I will say this. All right. So I feel like recently, my heart's been doing like a change, right? When I'm thinking more about God. At the same time, I'm very like a liberal person. Where like if I'll go as far as say in my marriage. One of my best friends was gay. I told him to marry us, because I just feel like before God's eyes is a marriage, he's going to bless it. If my wife was a different religion, I'm like, go ahead, cool. Just don't, as long as it don't affect us, like on our marriage wise, that you don't make me do things that like are crossing boundaries to like, to how I feel. Like, don't make me be like, hey, baby, let's do a quadruple sum with some friends of mine because I'm open marriage, or let's go to the swing club, and because I just feel now we're entering, now we're like I'm gonna be like, nah, I don't want to do that, I'm good, and it's not because of our religion, it's just more because, if you say, oh, by my religion we do this, I'm all right, but still that's gonna kind of, I'm not ready, I'm not with that. It's just gonna internally, emotionally, spiritually, it's gonna make me feel kind of just weird. As long I'm gonna tell you, stuff like that. So if it's affecting my marriage that way, then there's an issue. But in regards to we having a kid, I'll be like, yo, go with your mom, go with your mom, go to whatever you. Because in my mind, at the same time I'll be like, hey, look, let me take him. I'm going to church. Let me take him to church. Now if she gives me issues, I'm gonna be like, but why you giving me issues? Like, like.
I agree.
I just think at the end of the day, I will just be like, look, God, when I was lost in the streets or whatever, man, like, I felt like you called me. And I'm just going to pray that, somehow you call him if it's meant to be. But I'm not going to make an issue because, you go to your mom or you come with me. I'm going to be like, listen, man, I'm going to talk to him about God. I just, and now she argues with me about it, then it's going to start causing problems with the marriage. And that's more of my concern. But as far as religion-wise, I wouldn't
agree
care.
With you, bro. I think I think it's like, the mom just has to like run with it, but I'm gonna still try to be the best example of like a godly man as possible. But I wouldn't like, I don't mind, bro. I want a kid, you know what I mean? Shoot, I'll give them to all of them. What about you, though?
Yeah.
Did you grow up a religious man? And if you did, it was did you have any like, what's your religious experience, bro?
And we're not gonna tell you don't want to talk about it. You don't have to talk. Nah, man, talk about it. Yeah.
Talk about it.
Nah, we didn't really grow up religious like that. Like we went to church. We were like Catholic, but we didn't. None of my family members were like saved. The only people that I knew that were saved were like him and his brother back in the day, and you, obviously, like the whole Victory Outreach. But other than that, no, we didn't. So it was never like an important thing to us. It was always taught to us just to be like a good person.
Yeah. Sorry, I will ask you this though. Okay, so from the times that when we were like with God and stuff, and I will probably ask you now, what has been your thought of like spirituality, like of like is there a God there? Is there something you believe on? And you're like, I don't know. Like, or maybe I ask you the question like they asked Jordan Peterson, do you believe in God? Ooh.
No, yeah, of course I believe in God just from like my own experiences. But it wasn't from you guys. Like I think from you guys, what I did learn is like, and you too, because you were a part of that as well. I think what I did learn was like community within religion. I feel like all you guys were like very close, very tight. And that's something I've never seen in religion. Or maybe I was too young to see, but at least at that age, that's something I've never seen. So it's something that I realized like that can happen. But as far as like now, what's funny is I'm actually trying to get closer into religion now, like in my 30s. Just because like I feel like in my 20s I did my whatever. I had my fun, I made my mistakes. Now in my 30s, I'm more like centered. I'm more like sure of who I want to be. And I do want to explore that relationship with God on my own terms, though. Like, I don't want to go to church and they're like, yo, like.
Somebody pushing it on.
Yeah, like, leave me alone. Let me just figure it out. You know what I'm saying?
Right, so
but,
would you get with a girl? Would you get with a super religious girl?
So that's.
Well, like, you know what I mean? Like.
So what's funny is that's actually been on my mind. Because the previous girls that I've dated, it's been like accidents and mistakes has happened. So I'm like, yo, maybe I need to date like a girl that's more involved with the Lord.
Yeah.
Well, maybe.
Maybe. Me too. I agree with you, bro. I need to get involved with more girls that are involved with the Lord.
Although that isn't like, I'm sure you know and I know like a lot of girls who are involved with the Lord that are like hypocrites.
Oh, yeah. They probably grew up in the church and then, experimented and they're on their own journey the same way. I agree. But I ultimately think though, like even talking about God and all that, bringing the Bible in, you have to be equally yoked. You know what I mean? A yoke was like this thing that they would put on the ox and they would try to, plow the field and the farmer. Like you got to be equally yoked. Because,
like oxtail?
Like oxtail, for sure, bro. I would love some oxtail. Yo, but it's like you can't, if you guys aren't equally balanced, then there's going to be frustrations. There's going to be moments where you guys just bump heads. And these things that are small become these huge, big old things. You know what I mean? Because there's this belief, this core disagreement, and whether you believe it or not, there's always going to be a fight, and you guys are going to handle it differently.
That's true, though.
That's why I think it's important that they both believe in like the same stuff, basically, core.
Let me ask you guys. I got a question I wanted to ask you guys, like kind of more like talking about relationships real quick. Yo, if you have a girl, right, and she asks to share your location to her. Will you guys be okay with that, or you'll be like, I don't know. What you think about that? About sharing locations?
I'd probably say no.
If you have a girl that you're like,
but like you've been with her for time limit, 2 years. 2 years, 2 years.
Like 2 years.
It depends for what though. Like location for the night or location forever?
No, like share with me your location. Here's my location is okay. So for example, I'll give you an example. Why I asked this question. So one day I was at a festival, like a rock festival, and my girl at the time, I was like, here's my location in case you get lost. You know what I'm saying? And she gave me her location, and then we left the rock festival, and I never like turned it off. So now I'm like, she has my location, I got her location, and maybe 2 months after, I was saying to myself, I'm like, man, I should have like stopped sharing it, because now if I turn it off, she's gonna think I'm doing something wrong.
Yeah. At that point.
But I just kind of felt like, yo, man, like, I don't know. I don't think I should be doing this. Like, I feel like I wanted some privacy. So I share my location off.
Mm-hmm.
And
there was a problem?
Heck yeah, there was a problem.
I bet there was, bro.
There definitely was a problem. And I was so I thought about it. I actually asked some of my friends, some female friends, like from my job and things like this. I was like, yo, will you have a problem with this? And they were like, some say, I mean, you should share your location, with your significant other. Others, but I was like, yeah, but she should trust you. They were like, yeah, you got a point with that too. She should trust me. So I wanted to see what you thought about that.
So you wouldn't share location. 2 years in. 2 years in. No, this was like wifey. Might be wifey, right?
Wifey, yeah.
I mean, nah. I mean,
all right, I'll bring it up a notch. If it's your wife that wants your location, Will you give her your location? It's okay.
It's your wife, though.
You can answer freely, man. You won't get
no pressure. No one's. No one's over there.
I'll be like, why?
No one's
like,
behind the camera.
I know. I'll be like, yo, like, why? Like, do you want my social too? Like, what else do you want? Like,
yes, she wants your, she wants your
all,
account
bro.
pin and everything.
Nah, but that's me. Like, I don't like to feel like I'm being watched or controlled. But that's me.
Yeah.
But I'm also single, so I don't know. Like,
no, man, you're doing something wrong. Single people. I think though,
you don't have to look that way. It's okay.
Listen, I think share your location, Lewis. Share your whole location.
Oh, no,
show it all, bro.
Oh, no.
Share your passwords. Share it all.
No. See,
to wifey. Go ahead, bro.
Okay, so I think a little differently now. You know. Okay, so what I think now, and I'm not saying this just so I won't sleep on the couch tonight. I'm being honest. Like, I share my location to my wife. At first, I was like, why? But now I do it just because, I don't know. I personally feel like, hey, me personally feel like, yo, you want my location? Fine. You know, like, I don't care. You know, if I'm, let's say I'm with some coworker, I'm working, and then she stops by to like make sure I'm there, then I would have a problem with it because I feel like, yo,
that's what trust is being like.
Now I'm like, yo,
checked up on.
Now,
yeah, that's weird.
Now you're checking up on me, like if I'm doing something wrong, you know, or like if you don't trust me, then I think maybe I have some issues.
I want to make it clear though. I want to make it clear that I have my brother's locations, my niece location.
But that's different though.
But that's family. It's family.
Yeah.
She's wifey, right? She's wifey.
But
family.
Okay, but you know they're not gonna check on you out of jealousy.
Oh well, that's true too. I don't know. I checked on Lou a couple times out of jealousy.
Yo, Rick texted me on Saturday. Where you at? I was like, bro, check my location.
Yeah. I saw him in Pennsylvania. I'm like, mother lover. Like, dang, bro.
I was like,
I feel like if we're like a year in and we're just dating, I haven't asked you to be my girlfriend. Don't come with that. Like, give me your location nonsense. Now we're a year and a half, 2 years in. You're my girl. We met the parents. We did vacations.
Right.
Give me your location. You know, give me your location.
Yeah, but okay. What if she's questioning all your locations?
No, then I'll have
no.
Where you at? Why you over there?
No, now we're having deeper because I feel like I don't know. I feel like also I'm not like gonna be secretive either. Like you're gonna know where I'm at, so I'm already tell you where I'm going.
Yo, the funny thing is that we're talking about this. I know that there's girls watching this and they're like, oh yeah, but what if this and what if that but what if this?
I can play devil's advocate. Listen, I think it could be weird. It could be weird. Like, come on, I don't want to share my location. We just started talking. I don't even know your last name.
The girls are right now thinking, yeah, if he wouldn't have done this, I would not be.
No, but look at it like this. Let me twist it for the girls though. Like, if we share our location as men, like, can we get your Instagram password? You know what I mean? Can we have access?
Right, that's true.
Because
but I don't even want that either, though.
I don't want it. But are you going to give it to me? Are you going to give it to me if I ask? You know what I mean?
Right, that's true, bro.
I mean, we live in a world where that's the new dating app. You know what I mean? Social media is the new way to date, and it's the way to get attention. It's the way to get all these flirtation going on.
Right.
So it's like, come on, let me see it.
But then the other side of it would be like, yo, if I'm not hiding anything, yo, go ahead, search it whatever you want.
That's the thing.
So when we're like, nah, I don't want to give it to you, automatically they're gonna think, oh, it's because you're hiding something.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? So it just depends, you know. Like I feel like now I'm in a situation where like, yo, it's just weird. But now part of me is like, okay, look, if you're gonna feel better, you know, you're gonna sleep better, go ahead. I'm not hiding anything.
Well, this goes to his question before is like, when do men hit like their maximum maturity?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Their
true.
peak.
You're bringing it back, yo.
Yeah, this is where it's at right here. This is where it's
very true, bro.
Because the younger me is like, nah.
Right. This is good right here.
Right now,
bro.
the mid 30 me is like, yeah, I can see why I would.
Exactly,
now I can see how I'm 40. I'm like, yeah, take it all. You want the phone? You want the phone? Should I get a flip phone? You want the iPhone?
Yeah,
how does this work?
But this is my thing though. Like, if I give my girl my password to all my stuff and my location, and like, let's say we're hanging out, and I see that she's constantly checking it.
Yeah, I will have.
I'm breaking up with her.
No, we
That's
need therapy.
it. We're done. Like,
we're going to therapy.
No, we're breaking up. Like, now you look stupid.
Okay,
like, I don't even want to deal with you.
Let me bring a little further. But what if like you have a kid with her?
I'm still breaking up with her, bro. Like, you look stupid. Like, I gave you all my stuff, and you still don't trust me.
Yeah.
Nah,
That's the problem.
I don't.
That goes deeper.
Yeah,
I
don't want to deal with
You're right. You'll wake up with like all your stuff outside on the yard, or you'll wake up like with no balls.
Yeah, but to break up like that easily, this is another topic of discussion. But to break up easy like that, sometimes it's
but
not
to
so
me,
easy.
that's not easy though. To me, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
That's like her fighting your mom.
Right.
You gotta
right.
That's like to me, it's a big deal.
Definitely.
All right, let me ask y'all a question because this is like kind of ties into everything we've been talking about. What decade do y'all feel like y'all? Because you guys are older than me, so I'm trying to like.
Yeah, I'm 27. What you talking about?
Yeah, I'm sure. So I'm trying to figure out like I'm in a stage where I'm growing. What decade do you feel like you guys have learned the most valuable lessons? Like in your 20s or in your 30s?
My valuable lesson I learned in
to where like it shaped you as a man.
Dang, yo.
I was 27, yo.
Dang.
27. Well, I'm not gonna lie.
In your 20s, you learned.
Wow.
24 heartbreak. I feel like every man should go through like a heartbreak because there's like a building stage there. So 24, I had a moment. 27, I had a moment. Shoot, 32, 33, 34. I kept going, but I think.
That shaped me like a man.
I don't know, bro. I still feel like I'm not, like, sometimes I don't feel like I'm a man, you know? Like, there's certain things like, that I do that.
Yeah.
I think, okay. I'll answer your question with two. All right, so I hit rock bottom when I was 27 years old. I hit rock bottom. It was my lowest. I got arrested. Because my first wife was divorcing me. Like, it was just bad. It was really bad. Like, I wasn't working. I was collecting unemployment. So I was just chilling home, smoking a lot of weed, and like just going out. So it was just bad. It's a rock bottom. I definitely learned a lot from that situation.
What about you?
What about me as far as like...
Did you learn your most impactful stuff in your 20s or how old are you right now?
34.
Or in your 30s?
Man. The best part about my 20s is that I traveled a lot. I learned so much. But what that did do for me was not what I needed as far as relationships go. So I can definitely say in my 30s, I learned a lot more when it came to human interaction.
Yeah.
In my 20s, I learned a lot about myself. So I would say my 20s were more impactful. I would definitely say my 20s were more impactful, but my 30s were hard to adjust when it came to like socializing, relationships, because now I got to learn how to like high school's over, you know what I mean? High school's done, and the way you thought then, you can't think now, and then the people are more mature. In your 30s, most likely, your friends all got kids somehow, you know what I mean? Or the hot girl from high school has 2 kids, 3 kids, you know what I mean? And so it's like it's a different world in your 30s, you know? You're like
true.
That's the age where you're starting, like, the politicians are starting to jump in their 30s and 40s, and we're all starting to make decisions to like change the world. And so I would say my most impactful years were my 20s for sure.
Definitely.
But that was just a learning place. And then my 30s is like, now I'm learning how to adjust into relationships and friendships and how to balance that well, and financially as well.
What about you, bro?
I think the same as him. I think like in my 20s, I learned a lot about myself, but in my 30s, I'm still young. I'm 32, so I'm not really like deep in 30s. But even in my 30s, I'm learning more like about people, like how I need to deal with people, how I need to handle people, how I need to communicate with people. And I feel like that's important. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, like everything affects like other people too.
Yeah.
Like that's important. So like
Definitely.
Like how people perceive me, how my family perceives me. How overall people that don't know me perceive me, all that stuff is important. So that's what I'm learning now, and I'm trying to get better every day. So that's kind of where I'm at with everything. So as far as most impactful, I think in my 30s so far. Like what I've learned since 30 to now has helped me navigate life more than in my 20s. In my 20s, I just learned how to stay out of trouble. But 30s helped me how to like,
Yeah, say, claro, mi rey.
Claro, mi rey, exactly.